Hello, how are you? In the previous video, we talked about what Unix is, what Linux is, and now we want to talk about distributions, choosing the right Linux distro. The question is, what a distribution really is. You see, the very first versions of Linux, it was like you had to download the source code of any program you wanted and build it and compile it, and it was a nightmare working with packages. So people started creating package managers, and by using package managers you can install any program you want easily. You don't have to do anything, just tell it to install what you want and it will install it for you. And that because different people had different mindsets, different philosophies, they created different distributions. So if you go to Distro Watch, for example, you can see we have a lot of distributions listed here, like Catchy, like Mint, Pop OS, Fedora. We have a lot of them, maybe 1,000, maybe more. And yeah, and if you want to choose a Linux distribution, for example, a Linux distro, you have to know about release modes. We have two release modes. One is LTS and one is rolling. What are they? LTS stands for long time service. It means that if you download and install an LTS distro, it will give you 5 years of stability and 5 years of support. So it will be fine if you want to install it for a web server or something. You want a system that doesn't break so easily, LTS is a better choice for you. But because of data stability, you might not always get the latest versions of programs. And if you want the latest versions of everything, you can install rolling releases. A rolling release always gives you the latest version of everything. So it might break at some points. It's not as stable as LTS. If you, for example, install something and you not be careful with it, it might break your system, but not always. Sometimes that might happen. And it's totally your choice based on your business, but based on what you're gonna do with your operating system. And now let's take a look at some famous distros, see which one is fine for you. Let's take a look. First of all, we have Ubuntu and Debian. They are both LTS. Ubuntu is based on Debian. They are stable. They have huge, strong communities. If you face a problem, you simply can find an answer just by searching. Many people will help you if you ask questions. And they are easy to use. And after that, we have Fedora and Red Hat. They are somehow rolling releases, but they are enterprise friendly. Especially Red Hat. Red Hat is a good choice for web servers because Red Hat always gives you extra support, but it's not a free distro. You have to pay for it. It gives you extra support. It gives you special versions of drivers maybe. It's not my choice for daily use, of course, but Fedora would be good. Fedora is the free version, and for a desktop user like me or you, it might be a good choice. Also, we have Arch and Gentoo. You might hear this on the internet that people say, I use Arch by the way. And the reason why they are so obsessed with it is that Arch and Gentoo give you the ability to customize everything, to control everything. And the reason why is that when you run Arch or Gentoo for the first time, all you get is a blanket screen with text. You get a terminal, you have to install your own desktop, whatever program you need. Everything depends on you. And because of that, you have the ability to customize, to control. Right now I am using Arch, by the way, and yeah, it's nice thing for learning because you have to learn a lot of things about how systems work, about disks and stuff. So it's a good choice for learning, but not a good choice for a beginner, of course. And one thing we need to talk about is hardware support. Some companies like Nvidia might not be very Linux friendly, and they don't really create drivers for Linux. So if you are using Nvidia, you should know that the drivers exist, but they are basically created by open source communities and people, not by the official sources. They are not official drivers. They are created by open source people. And also, we need to talk about your goals. Why do you want to install Linux? Linux is good for everything, but some things might not be good on Linux, like playing games. Because games are designed for a Windows system, Windows environment, and they don't natively run on Linux. And if you want to run games on Linux, you have to go through a lot of processes before that, install tools and configure them, and that might not be a good idea. Sim games work fine, you don't have to do much about them. Also, you can install emulators for PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and that's fine. And when you choose your distributions, you can also choose different desktops. I will show you, and also I want to give you a homework here. For example, let's search for Linux Mint, which is the distributions we're gonna use for this course. And we open it here. It's the Linux Mint website. We click on download. You can come down here. You see we have the Cinnamon edition. It uses the Cinnamon desktop, also the XFCE desktop if you want it, and the Mate edition. It's your choice. We have 3 editions, 3 different desktops. You can see the pictures here, and think about it. Before we reach the next video, I want you to download your own distro, and I suggest that it's Mint, because Mint is easy to work with for beginners. Download it. In the next video we will install it and start the real game. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and share your comments. See you next time.